My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey folks, welcome back. Today we got a special treat. Zooming in all the way from beautiful Lynchburg, Virginia, we have Rebekah Taylor from Tailored Investments. Now, Rebekah's got a very interesting story. She comes from three, not one, not two, but three generations of real estate professionals. She's also got a syndication business, Tailored Investments, that she runs with her husband, Nathan. And she's also a mom, so she's a very, very busy person. So, Rebekah, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Dave. It's good to be here. I appreciate the invite.
So tell me a little bit, what does real estate investing mean to you? So what does it mean from the being a real estate professional side of things as well as a syndicator?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. Well, I spent 10 years in the tech world doing sales and marketing, and we started investing in real estate back in 2012, but very much on the side. And we saw the power of it, but didn't really dive in full time until 2020. We decided, hey, it's time to switch our focus. And so that's really when we put our we got it. We dove in. I mean, we started buying more rental properties. I got my license as a realtor. I started working for a firm called Wellings Capital back then that does passive investments through fund of funds, and so learned about the passive world and started investing in that way as well as an LP. And so we did a number of investments as LPs. I worked for another firm called Ascent Equity Group that was just doing value add multifamily before we started our company mid 2023. And so it's been a really fun journey to be both on the LP side and the co-GP side in a couple of different deals, and then to have our own rentals. You know, we have rentals here locally, and so I get to see a little bit of different sides of this business.
So when you mentioned that you're third generation real estate professional, tell me a little bit about that. Who else in the family has been doing this kind of stuff in the past?
Yeah, so my grandmother was an amazing realtor in Georgia. So I got to see her in that space for years. She's since passed away, but I really wish she was still around for me to be able to share what I'm doing in real estate now.
Yeah, she'd be very proud.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think she would be. And then my father started investing in real estate in 2004, and he had done a number of different businesses. He's an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, and he was a pastor for 27 years. And money was always really tight for us growing up. And then he found real estate and everything changed. I mean, it has just been, his story is incredible. He's probably got $15-20 million worth of real estate now that he's just built in the last 20 years. And so he's been very instrumental in my journey and just teaching me a lot along the way. And he's very active, hands-on. The passive side is hard for him, but he actually did his first syndication with me about a year and a half ago. So that was exciting to see him come in as an LP, and he was very hesitant about it, but it's been a great fit for him.
Yeah, that is great. And so curiosity here. So you got your license, you became a realtor, I'm guessing, but it sounds like you jumped right into working for private equity companies, raising capital, that kind of stuff. Did you ever hang your shingle and help people buy and sell single family homes and stuff like that as well?
I did, and I still
Okay.
do a little bit.
Yeah.
I keep it pretty minimal, just like friends and family, and then some of our own transactions. It's not
Yeah.
something I love helping people, but the hours are really hard. I have three young kids at home, so
Yeah.
showing houses every night and weekend, driving far away. It was hard, and I realized that early on. And so I've still kept my license active just to help again friends and family and our family, but it's not something that I really push very hard.
I hear you. So it sounds like you got a really well-rounded experience because you and your husband bought, it sounds like single family homes and stuff like that, and you self-managed and you built up your own personal portfolio of properties and got boots on the ground experience, plus your dad doing his stuff since 2004. And so you're kind of grew up a little bit around real estate investing. And then you jumped in, you got your license, but then you started working for these other companies, helping them kind of behind the scenes in their deals, in their syndications. And then so you're kind of getting paid to learn, which is very, very
Yeah.
smart.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah. And then you started your own thing with your husband. When was that? 3 years ago?
April of 2023.
Nice. All right. So what do you guys have in your syndication portfolio right now? What kind of properties do you like to look at and purchase?
Yeah, so our focus has been multifamily and then assisted living. Actually, we've
Oh,
got an incredible partner on the assisted living front. And so we just purchased our second assisted living facility in November in Wisconsin. It's an 84 bed property. And
wow.
we purchased another one the year before back in October of 2023. It's a 125 bed property in Wisconsin as well. So that's been an excellent space to get into. I mean, the returns are really strong. I'm like right out of the gates, our investors are earning 7 to 8%, and it should keep going up from there. So that's a deal my parents came into, and they've loved it. And I'm passionate about that space. Like there's a growing need, but I just love the fact that we're able to make a difference in people's lives in those later years, that they can have a
Yeah.
great place to live and feel safe and comfortable and have community and it's clean and smells good. And so that's been a really good place. But then again, the multifamily as well. We have a property that we're looking at right now down in Myrtle Beach that's on the multifamily, like build to rent side. So just brand new. And so we love those two asset classes have been our focus.
So with these kind of projects, are you guys the primary GPs? Are you co-GPs on these projects? Where do you kind of fit in? What's your
Yeah,
role?
we are co-GPs on these projects. We have some incredible lead GPs that are running, day-to-day operations. We talk to
Yeah.
them very regularly. I just had a call yesterday to talk about a couple of properties. But we come in and help on the capital raising side, on the sales and marketing and investor. My background is investor relations, so I help a lot
Okay.
on the investor relations side. I keep in contact with our investors on a regular basis, and so I'm not there on the ground day to day, but I actually, for one of our properties, we have a 100-unit property here in Lynchburg, and I am the only GP that's local. So it's nice
Mm.
because I can go over there very easily, and check out and make sure things are going well over there.
That's kind of the beautiful thing about syndications, isn't it? You can really find your niche, you can find your lane and run with it. So again, getting paid to learn back in the day, applying that to what you're doing right now, that's fantastic. What about your husband Nathan? What does he do as co-GP with you?
Yeah, so he's definitely more on the strategy side. He
Mm.
is like the visionary, the big picture thinker. And so I'm probably more of the operational day-to-day task. I mean, like I'm driving, and he's more of the let's sit back and figure out like where do we want to go big picture with this. He also does some coaching and consulting. He's a business consultant. So his
Okay.
time is also split between that. He consults businesses here locally. So it's been
Mm.
really fun to work together. And, there's always we're navigating that. It's not always
Yeah.
easy. I mean, I'm sure and you talk to a lot of people, it's a challenge sometimes working with your spouse, but it's also amazing because we get to do it together and see, the fruits of our labor. And I love the fact too that we have some flexibility. Like this last summer, we went away for about 7 weeks, hit the road, went up to Montana and Alaska and some other places. And we worked from the road, but we were able to do that because we own our own business and we have that control over our time.
That is beautiful, especially with kids still at home. That is no better time than that. No, it is interesting working with spouses. A couple of years ago, just by coincidence, I happened to interview two real estate couples, one after the other, one day to the other kind of thing. And I asked both of them the question, what's the key to your success of living together, being married, working together, investing together, 24/7 together, doing stuff. And they both had virtually the exact same answer. One of them said it's three C's. So what are three C's? C number one is communication. So the good old adage, never go to bed mad, make sure we communicate clearly, all that kind of stuff. Number two, common goals, right? That's huge. So you're both going along the same path. You know exactly what you're going for, and it's both of your goals. And then the third thing was compromise. And they said basically we figured out early on sometimes neither one of us was going to be able to get our way. We're going to have to come up with an agreement that neither one of us is particularly thrilled with, but we can both live with, come up with a compromise. So that always kind of stuck with my mind. So does that resonate with what you guys
Yeah,
do? Yeah.
absolutely. I think that's right on point. And from the goal standpoint, I think it's been 3 years now. We got to do this. We haven't scheduled this year yet. I'm hoping in this next month, but we try to get away for a weekend and do a goal planning
Nice.
retreat. And it is just like we have our family watch our kids and we go stay in a hotel. And I mean, we have a whole template that we walk through when we're talking about our goals. We look back at the last year, look at the year coming forward. We look at our net worth. We look at where's our investments. I mean, we dive into so many things. It's a lot of work, but it's also such a good opportunity to get on the same page and make sure that we're running towards the same thing. Because I mean, there's a lot to do in business, and sometimes you get so bogged down by all of the responsibilities that you lose sight of like, why are we doing this in the first
Yeah.
place? And what is the big picture and where are we going?
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, what is the big picture? Where are you guys going this year? Like what
Yeah.
you haven't done the whole weekend process yet, but where
Yes.
do you see yourselves going this 2025?
I should tell you that after we have our goal planning retreat. But so we have also been doing with syndications on the side. We've also been doing hard money lending. So that's been a
Okay.
really great space to put our money to work short term. We found I'm really involved in our real estate investor community, and I kept running into investors that needed money, and I was like, well, we have money, but and sometimes we don't want to put it in a syndication where it's going to be tied up for 5, 7, 10 years. It's pretty illiquid. So
Yeah.
we started lending it out personally, and then we started using some retirement funds, and then we started using investor money, and so that's been a really great space to grow, some of our income and do it short term. And so we're growing in that. It's been really neat. I just came back from a conference in Florida a couple weeks ago on the lending side, and just really deepening our understanding of that and working with an awesome partner on that front too. So I'm excited about that. Our the strategy with our business is really just finding best in class partners and
Yeah.
operators, and so we can't do it all. And I've realized that, like, I have some knowledge of a lot of different things and I have some experience in a lot of different things, but I'm not going to do it all well. So I have to find the right
Mhm.
people to walk alongside and partner beside that I know are phenomenal. Like, they may not be as great at marketing or sales or investor relations, but they're incredible at operating the property and finding the right deals, or doing the lending side and managing a hard money business. And so that's growing a lot for us, and I'm really excited about that. We're excited to bring on more investors on that front. I just had somebody text me right before this meeting, like, we want to do a deal with you, so
Nice.
that's exciting. Yeah, and then we'll continue to grow with the syndications. Like I mentioned, we have another property coming up in the next few months, and so the goal is just to keep making great connections, building relationships, and satisfying our existing investors. Like, that is my number one goal, is just for them to be happy and to want to keep investing with us because they're so happy with the results and that we're living up to what we say we're going to do.
Yeah. Now, some folks that are watching or listening to this might be thinking, geez, well, Rebekah's got it dialed in. She worked in investor relations. She's been working in sales and marketing. She's got this whole finding investors, raising capital thing dialed in. Would you have any tips for people that are just kind of getting started in this space and would like to raise some capital for their own deals?
Yeah, I think don't get discouraged when you hear no's. You're going to hear a
Mm,
lot of no's. That's just the name of the game in sales and in this space. People, it takes them time to trust you. And I heard somebody say the other day, a partner of mine was saying, you have to almost view this as like you're planting seeds, and they're not
mm,
all going to bloom at the same time. Like, it's going to
yeah,
take time for them to see what you're doing and that it's working and that you're, providing them really good value and really good investment opportunities. And it's not going to happen overnight. So just remember that it's a process and it's a learning experience, and the seeds eventually will bloom, into beautiful flowers and beautiful investments and beautiful investors that want to work with you. But it's going to take time. So I think remembering that. And then again, if you're finding really good investments, then I think investors eventually will come to you because they're going to know, like, you're getting into good deals and you're not losing them money, and we've seen that happen the last few years. Unfortunately, a lot of people have lost money in real
yeah,
estate. And I
yeah,
hate that, like, that breaks my heart to see people lose money. And so that is, I never, ever, ever want that to happen with our investors. And so I think just remembering it's a process, it takes time. Choose good deals and put your money into, make sure that you're
yeah,
investing in those. And then lastly, I think uh, referrals, like, that's a really big one too. I'm going through a referral program right now through Giftology. If you've ever heard of Giftology, they have an awesome referral transformation program. And so I'm working on that because those are low hanging fruit. Like, if you're making your investors happy, they're probably going to want to tell other people.
yeah. Good advice. Rebekah, if people want to connect with you and find out more about what you're up to, where should they go?
So my website is Tailored Investments. You can see up there, tailoredinvestments.co, not com, .co.
.co.
Yeah,
Sounds
we have
good.
a free resource there. So grab that. And then we have some educational emails we send out. So I'd love to connect with you.
Awesome. Rebekah, thanks so much for being on the show and keep up the good work. And I hope everything goes well and have fun at your next retreat, getaway, goal planning session with your husband.
Yeah, Thank you. And congrats to you. Tell me, how many episodes now have you done?
Done somewhere around 1,300.
Gosh,
Yeah, give or
that
take.
is amazing. I was looking back at your information. I was like, oh my gosh, how many episodes? That is awesome. So congratulations to you.
Well, thank you very
That's
much.
amazing what you've built. So thank you for the opportunity to be here.
My pleasure. All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you on the next one. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.